What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. Today is game day. We got our beloved New York Knicks on the road for the first time, and it feels like forever. They are in Houston tonight, and they will be looking to get back in the winning column. The Knicks are on a little losing streak, 2 in a row. Okay, too much for my liking. And the Knicks are going up against a 23-29 Rockets team, a young team, a pesky team. And in this live show, I want to preview tonight's matchup for the New York Knicks and hear from Knicks fans in the live chat or on replay in the comment section your overall thoughts and perspectives of the New York Knicks heading into this one. Now, we do have some positive injury news, ladies and gentlemen. We may be getting some reinforcements back on the front line of defense for the New York Knicks. We saw Saturday night, I'd have to say the biggest reason why we lost to the Pacers was because of the injuries to the big boys. Isaiah Hartenstein being out in that game and Taj Gibson starting. I don't want to blame that as the sole reason, but I might have to because the Knicks got out-rebounded. They couldn't get second-chance opportunities. They couldn't protect the paint. Usually what the Knicks are best at, and that is because Hartenstein was injured as well as Jericho Sims. And tonight, Jericho Sims is listed as probable. So that tells me that Jericho Sims seems to be returning to action tonight. And Isaiah Hartenstein is questionable with a sore Achilles. Now, usually he's been ruled out. So the fact that Hartenstein's not been ruled out is a promising sign of progression that he is doing okay. Now, honestly, if I'm the Knicks, I'd prefer to just not play Hartenstein for these next two games. I think Jericho Sims is enough reinforcements. I think the Knicks can win, even just with Jericho Sims returning, of him being in the starting five and Gibson off the bench with of course, Precious Achiuwa. That's just me being precautious. That's just me trying to protect Isaiah Hartenstein because, of course, he has a big say in how the Knicks are successful as a basketball team. But if he's ready to go, he should definitely play. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody tuning in. We got Daniel saying, yo, what's up, guys? Hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show. Whether you're watching this live on YouTube or you're watching us live here on X, make sure you retweet me here on Twitter. Follow the account. Check me out here on YouTube as well. We're live, baby. Let's go. Now, yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday, so it was a lot of football talk. But today, you'll flip the page, baby. Basketball season is here, and it's just, honestly, not getting started, but I would say, this week being the All-Star break, we're kind of getting to that mid part of the NBA season, and you can really kind of look at the standings and see which teams are separating themselves from the others. And the Knicks right now are in a really interesting situation when it comes to the Eastern Conference standings. Now, if you guys go look at the standings, the Knicks are currently the fourth seed, right? Today is a big day for the NBA. Today is a big day when it comes down to the NBA standings because the Knicks are taking on the Rockets. The Pacers are on the road in Charlotte, so that's probably going to be a win. The Cavaliers are home against the Philadelphia 76ers, and they're 10.5-point favorites in that one. The Cavaliers are one of the hottest teams in basketball, so that's going to be a hard game for them to lose. The Bulls versus the Hawks. And then the Nuggets Bucks. So that's a big game. The Nuggets are on the road against the Bucks, and the New York Knicks are one game back from Milwaukee for that third seed. So if the Knicks win and the Bucks lose, the Knicks will take that third seed right back. Because if you look at the standings, the Knicks are 33-20, the Bucks are 34-19, the Cavs are 35-16. Sheesh, the Cavaliers are scorching hot. So definitely want to get your guys' thoughts of what to expect in tonight's matchup and getting into the matchup against the Houston Rockets a little more in depth for sure. Jason says, do you think the Knicks' chemistry will be on point in time for the playoffs because there are so many long-term injuries for the Knicks right now? I wouldn't say they're long-term injuries. Yeah, of course, OG Anunoby feels like it's long-term, but he'll be back. Julius Randle feels like long-term, but he will be back. Mitchell Robinson's been done for a while. I honestly don't think so. I think that the main priority, of course, needs to be these players getting healthy. But based off the chemistry and based off the next man up mentality, I think when they do get healthy, it's going to be fitting like a glove. White Mike says, I'm late. Do we have a center tonight or what? So I did actually give you guys an injury update. Basically, we are getting some players back. Jericho Sims seems to be definitely returning, and Isaiah Hartenstein is trending towards playing. It's not official yet. There is a chance that Hartenstein doesn't play. He's questionable, but Jericho Sims is probable. So that tells me Sims is going to be back, and then Hartenstein's still up in the air. And we all know that we need a center. Taj Gibson, we love you. Taj, it's nothing but love, but your time as a basketball player is done, Taj Gibson. Okay, I don't want to see you starting meaningful games for the New York Knicks. Again, I got to say it. We love Taj Gibson here in New York. But I think it's time to put on the jumpsuit and become a coach, Taj. It's time. He kept trying to get some offense, a little spin move, a little hook shot. He can't do anything. The guy isn't just not. And it's sad because that just shows you how injured the New York Knicks are. Do we have Taj Gibson starting for us? Mitchell Robinson's down for significant time. Hartenstein goes down with the sore Achilles. Jericho Sims is ill. So our top 3 centers out, which results in Taj Gibson, our 4th string center. Plug it in. Now, we're not going to do anything with Taj Gibson as the starter. So hopefully Jericho Sims can come back tonight and kind of wreak some havoc. But I do want to highlight, the new Knicks, right? Bojan Bogdanovic coming off his Knicks debut. Alec Burks coming off his Knicks debut, if you will, because it's not his first game as a Knick. It's kind of his first game after returning to the New York Knicks. Now, Alec Burks had a really good game. Alec Burks brought in exactly what we wanted off the bench, giving us 20-plus points on an efficient shooting. Bojan didn't have the greatest night, but I'm definitely not concerned about Bojan Bogdanovic. And I think that, the last 2 games before the All-Star break, being in Houston and in Orlando, it's going to be a good opportunity for both Burks and Bojan to kind of get their feet wet and understand their roles with this Knicks team. Because as the Knicks get healthier and healthier, I think both of those players, their roles are going to get diminished. So this is their time to really step up big time in both Burks and Bojan. So definitely curious to see what they do tonight. Richard says, agree, love Taj, have some mercy, Tibbs, give my guy a break. Bro, we're seeing Taj Gibson out there huffing and puffing, bro. This poor guy. Turn it into the New York Mets with injuries, but I'm optimistic. Oh, gosh, hopefully it doesn't turn into the Mets. I believe Mitch starts some form of practicing next week. Yes, so Mitchell Robinson is returning to the court after the All-Star break in terms of resuming some basketball activities, which definitely is a positive. I think that the way I look at it, I don't know any inside information, but if I had to speculate, Mitchell Robinson could return to play for the Knicks in April. Kind of like right before the playoffs, right? A week before, get him in on the court for a couple games. That's kind of where I'm looking at, because if he's resuming basketball activities after the All-Star break, kind of towards at the back end of February, and then he has all of March to really heal up and get back and ramp up and get back into basketball shape, and then April is the time that you can expect Mitchell Robinson potentially back, bearing any setbacks. And that'll be definitely huge. Taj could be a coach instead of a player. I would love that. Taj, you're a great person. Don't take it the wrong way. And I think he even knows himself. He's done. What's up, Romello? I'm so happy we didn't trade for Brogdon or DeRozan. I would not like those players of the team. I am really comfortable with the moves we made this year. Me too. The moves we made this year, I think, were perfect. 2 big trades, okay? We had 2 big trades, and we had to sacrifice a lot of talent on our roster, but not a lot of draft picks. So the Knicks have all their first-round picks to talk about. Do you have any players we should get on the buyout market? I don't know. I feel like the Knicks are done, bro. I really do feel like the Knicks, there could be, they have 2 roster spots open, which is definitely kind of like opening up some speculation. I got to go in there and see, because I feel like if there was a team, if there was players to get bought out for the Knicks to bring in, they would have done it by now. But hey, you never know. There's always going to be players available, always going to be opportunities for the Knicks to upgrade their roster. The question is, when? We need this win because we haven't won yet since we got Burks and Baj. It's been 1 game, but yes, it's been 1 game. I definitely feel like the Knicks are going to be fine, okay? The Knicks will be fine tonight, and they will get the job done, okay? They will get the job done. I don't know about you guys, but I got confidence tonight. I love Blagojevic's touch, so different from the entire team. Bogdanovic! Me too, I like him. You know who Bojan reminds me of? Steve Novak with a bag. A guy that is a knockdown sharpshooter from downtown, but he can also put the ball on the floor and get a bucket if he needs to. Right? Steve Novak was just camping in the corner, discount double check, spot up shooter. Well, Bojan can do that, but he can also create his own shot. That's why I like him. I think it's going to be interesting to see Jalen and Mitchell play together on the All-Star game. Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. Need a center. Robin Lopez. Is Robin Lopez available? Man, I just hope we get healthy because I do not want Robin Lopez near my New York Knicks. Not going to lie. But hey, if we have to, we have to. That's the sad truth, right? That's the sad truth of this reality of the New York Knicks. We're so banged up with injuries, folks. We're so banged up with injuries. It's getting a little frustrating. Do you know Mitchell is 9th in the MVP race? What's Jalen Brunson? We should give Toppin a chance off the bench. Now, I know that Knicks fans love seeing like G League players thrive and they want to give the young players opportunities, but I don't know if Jacob Toppin's ready. I know it seems like he is, but all I'll say is this. Trust the Knicks organization. I think now we can officially put our trust in the Knicks organization in developing young players, because bringing players up too prematurely and giving them real-time NBA minutes before they're ready could hinder development. And I don't know if now's the time to bring up Jacob, because he's thriving in Westchester. Let him keep thriving and let him go win the slam dunk contest maybe. Calvin's in the chat. Guys, please go smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Guys, listen to our boy, Kelvin, the OG. Hit that like button if you're just tuning in, folks, and subscribe to the channel here at Knicks Media. We appreciate all the support on the channel. As always, we really, really do appreciate you guys tuning in to the show at all times, baby. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. All right, folks, as you know, we do have a proud sponsor of Knicks Media, and they are BetUS Sportsbook. If you guys want to get a 125% sign-up bonus, you guys can click that link down below in the description. I'll also link it in the chat so it is easier for you guys to click it. If you click that link and open up an account with BetUS, they will give you a 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,500. You see the odds right here presented by BetUS on tonight's game. The New York Knicks are 3-point favorites on the road. The spread is -3. The money line is -140. So if you are interested in put some money on the Knicks tonight, definitely use the proud sponsor of the channel. That is BetUS Sportsbook, legal in all 50 states. They will give you a 125% sign-up bonus when you first make your account. They also have a really awesome prop building tool. Right now, I want to show you guys their prop building tool because I've been using it a lot on BetUS, and I'm curious what you guys think about this this parlay I cooked up. It's just a 3-leg parlay on tonight's game. I have Dante DiVincenzo getting over 19.5 points. I feel like that's a lock. Ever since Randall went down and OG went down, Dante's been getting well over 20 points. Josh Hart to get over 9.5 points. Now, this is one of those outliers because you never really know what to expect from Josh Hart. He's coming off a triple-double. And I'd like Josh Hart to get 10 points and then also hitting the over at 4.5 assists. This is at plus 500, which is pretty interesting. $10 will return you $60 on BetUS. $25 will return you $150 if you make this bet. This is what I'm going to be cooking up tonight on BetUS Sportsbook. They have a lot of awesome player prop building tools. So definitely, guys, go consider clicking that link that's pinned at the top of the chat to support the proud sponsor of the channel, BetUS. We appreciate them supporting us at Knicks Media. I don't think they'll struggle with the majority of the roster intact. Rose out together, some smart players who know what to do. Kudos. Hey, man, they know what to do. If there's anything about the New York Knicks, all of a sudden, I have all my faith in it. And it's crazy how I can actually put my trust in this Knicks organization. By the way, I do have to ask you guys a question. Did you guys watch the Roommate Show, the Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson podcast? Did anybody tune into that? I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts of it. But as JB said, we got to win some games now. Yeah. Of course, we can be really excited and happy about the potential of this Knicks team. None of it will matter until they start winning games right now, okay? None of it will matter until they start winning games right now. And that's really all that matters. They got to win. I'll take Lopez over Taj. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Yeah, Robin Lopez, bring him in. You convinced me. I don't think they'll struggle. Yes, the podcast was botanic, boring. Stick the ball. Did you guys feel the same way? Was the Roommate Show a little too boring for you folks? Let me know. The podcast was cool. It was different to see their personalities outside of basketball. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. They definitely have some work to do in terms of keeping you engaged. But I think that, hearing from Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and getting their behind-the-scenes stories of Villanova, USA basketball, some locker room stuff, some just, I don't know. I really liked it. I think it has a really big potential to boom. Good first episode to break the ice. Next episode should be more relaxed vibes. Yeah, and you guys know who's their special guest. It's going to be McCall Bridges. I'm pretty sure is the next guest for episode 2. Show has potential. It definitely does. I agree. We will survive 2 more games until the break. I sure hope so. I like the Burks trade, but not sure about Baj, only because of the defense Grimes provides. I'd rather have Grimes than Baj, just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely trading away a defense of player for an offensive threat. And the idea, I think, from the Knicks standpoint is they don't have enough offense around Jalen Brunson with all the injuries, right? So the Knicks had to get some offensive help off the bench. Without OG Anunoby and without Julius Randle, you know, Dante DiVincenzo deserves a lot of credit because he's been stepping up big time from a scoring standpoint when those guys went down, but it's not sustainable, right? So I think also you got to keep it, think of it this way. Bojan has playoff experience, right? He's a veteran that knows how to perform in the big moments. And I feel like the Knicks going into a win now mode, right? Shipping away Grimes for Bojan. Listen, Grimes, I loved him as a player. He brings defense. He brings streaky shooting. But I trust Bojan on the offensive end way more. And that's really what I feel like the Knicks need in the playoffs. Clutch shooting. Somebody that can just... Because now the Knicks are deep from an offensive perspective, right? They have many weapons that can kill you. They, of course, have Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, the 2 leaders of this team, the all-stars. But now Dante DiVincenzo is actually becoming a legit scorer, a legit sharpshooter from downtown, and he's actually putting the ball on the floor and attacking the paint. And I've been impressed with his offensive game these last few weeks. When OG Anunoby returns, he's not like the biggest offensive threat, but he can, you know, knock down clutch shots. And then now you have Burks and Bojan off the bench. Let's not forget, folks, the Knicks had no offense off the bench after the trade. Immanuel Quickley was their go-to guy from an offensive threat standpoint off the bench. But now when we traded Immanuel Quickley, the Knicks lacked an offensive threat off the bench. And they knew that. That's why they went out there and got both Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic, because now the Knicks have defense off the bench with Deuce and Josh Hart, and now they have offense off the bench with Burks and Bogdanovic. Thought on Brunson versus Halliburton. I think they low-key don't like each other much, LOL, but they seem to play a little harder when they play each other. Actually, if you listen to the podcast, they are friends. There's a group chat with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, I think McCall Bridges, and Tyrese Halliburton. Or I don't know if McCall Bridges is the 4th, but there's a group chat. It was from USA Basketball that they talk. They text in the group chat. So they're actually friends with Halliburton off the court. Obviously, when you get on the court and they're playing each other, they don't like each other. But I think they're actually friends off the court. Once we get our guys back, we're going to be a force. Just proud of the few that we keep battling and keeping us in the standings. Yeah, I mean, it's remarkable that the Knicks are even here in the first place with all the injuries. The Knicks easily could have said, yeah, we're way too injured. Like, we're not, but they could fall on their ass and just not play good. But that's not the case, folks. It's not the case. The New York Knicks have done a phenomenal job of doing what they do best, of plugging in players when they're injured and not making any excuses. And I absolutely love that about this team. They're not making excuses, and they're going out there and playing ball no matter who is available. I would rather Grimes over Burks. Now, of course, Grimes has more upside for the long term, but right now, Burks is the better player. I'm sorry. Burks has more versatility. Burks gives you more of a veteran presence, more of a calming nature. Not a knock on Grimes, but right now, Grimes has more upside, though, for sure. That's how I look at it. Seen roommates, too. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Bring Bridges to the Garden, right? He's the missing piece. If we get McCall Bridges, bro, start booking your hotels in New York City for the championship parade. Just kidding. Maybe I'm not kidding. Who knows? Guys, hit that like button on your way in, folks. What do we think about Brunson in the three-point contest? And, of course, the All-Star game. I think that's going to be fun. I mean, Jalen Brunson deserves to be in the three-point contest. He's shooting 40% from downtown right now. And, I mean, at a high volume, might I add. It's not like he's shooting 3 or 4 threes a game. Pretty sure he's shooting like 5 or 7 per game. So awesome to see Jalen in the three-point contest. And, and of course in the All-Star game, we wish that Julius was healthy to represent the Knicks in there, but obviously he's not able to go out there and play. But Jalen Brunson, his ability to be an All-Star this year, we all know last year he was snubbed. This year we feel like he was snubbed for being an All-Star starter, but let's just take what we got and enjoy it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This might sound crazy, but do you think we can get quickly back in the future? You never know. We got Tim Hardaway Jr. back. We drafted Tim Hardaway Jr. We traded him away, and then he came back. Alec Burks is back. Taj Gibson's back. Now, I'll say this. I don't think the Knicks are going to bring him back this offseason and pay him. But, hey, 5 years from now, Emmanuel Quickley's a little veteran. Who knows where we're at? He wants to come home. You never know. You never know. Dante should have been in the three-point contest. Yeah, I agree, Dan. He is a sniper. Bro, his release is so quick, too, and fluid. I love Dante's release, bro. He never overthinks it. He just lets that thing fly. He is the perfect example of a volume three-point threat. You shoot a lot. What would you give up to get Bridges? A lot of first-round picks. A lot of firsts. Deuce and Jericho, I don't know. I mean, those are the only two players left on the team that has trade value, even though we can't really trade them now, but it's past the trade deadline anyway. RJ's doing very well in Toronto. Yeah, shout out to my guy RJ Barrett, man. Definitely rooting for him in Toronto. I think that trade the Knicks made with Toronto is a win-win for both sides. I genuinely think that it's a win-win for both sides, for the Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Raptors are entering a new trajectory in their little stage. They're sitting at 19-34. Yikes. I mean, maybe RJ's playing well individually, but the Raptors are sinking, right? They're 5 games out from the 10th seed, which is the play-in. So I don't even think the Raptors are going to make the play-in tournament. Neither the Brooklyn Nets, if you look at the standings. The teams that are in the play-in right now are the Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls, and Atlanta Hawks. Bro, I know that the Miami Heat kind of like stink right now, but I don't care about the regular season. I got to give Miami their credit. I hate them. One of my least favorite teams in the NBA. But let's not forget what the Miami Heat did last year. They were the 8th seed. They were in the play-in tournament. And they made the finals. So I don't give a damn about the play-in tournament. Miami is going to get out of that. And I'll say this again. I do not want to see him in the first round. No, thank you. Kelvin says, guys, let's get the likes to 50. All right, Kelvin, let's make that the goal. How many do we got? We got a total of 23. So, folks, hit that like button right now for your boy. We would greatly appreciate that. Let's get this up to 50 likes, baby. New York Knicks basketball is back tonight on MSG in Houston. The first time the New York Knicks are on the road, it feels like, in a minute. In a minute. It's going to be a lot of fun. Against a team that they should beat. I think we got the Heat. The Celtics is the only team I'm worried about. Yeah, I mean, the Bucks, the Cavs are red hot. I also feel like the Cavaliers are playing really good, and I know some Knicks fans feel so confident against them, and I do too, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. Let's not get too cocky and be like, oh, the Cavs, we beat them in 5 last year. Like, the Cavs are lighting it up, even though I would say the Knicks are a better team than they were last year. And they're a different team. The Knicks are a completely different team. And we also don't know what the Knicks even are when healthy. That's the scariest thing in a positive way. When the Knicks are fully loaded with OG and Randall and Mitch, dude, are you kidding me? And Hardenstein? I can't even imagine what this Knicks team is going to be like. Are you surprised with Cleveland's recent form? If you look at the Knicks... if you look at the Cavs, who are they beat up on? They beat up on the Raptors. I mean, the only wins that are significant are against who? The Clippers, they beat. That's impressive. They lost to the Bucks, and then they beat the Bucks. They beat the Magic. I mean, you look at their games, there's no opponent they beat that's impressive other than the Clippers. But hey, the Knicks, they went on a winning streak. They were beating up on bad teams. But the Knicks also blew out the Nuggets. They beat the Heat. But listen, I think the Cavaliers are definitely a team that we have to start taking a little bit more seriously, for sure. They shit on the Pistons with that defense and look like fools when they beat a mudhole Lakers during the finals. We'll just see. To be honest, I'd rather face Miami than the Pacers in the playoffs. Yeah, I don't really, you know what? I don't want to think of it this way. I don't want to be like, oh, I want to verse this team in the playoffs. I'd rather verse this team in the playoffs. Whoever we get in the playoffs, let's beat them. I'm not afraid of nobody. How about that? This is the mindset we need from Rodney. At full strength, we can beat anybody. How about that? At full strength, we can beat anybody. Bring me them. We blew out the defending champion Denver Nuggets when we weren't fully healthy. So just imagine what we can do. Defense was the key. Rose nailed it. Yeah. I mean, imagine Mitchell Robinson back. I know that we're all in love with Isaiah Hartenstein, and rightfully so. But let's not forget the defensive dominance of Mitchell Robinson. I feel like a lot of Knicks fans are forgetting about that because of his injury. He single-handedly took over the Cleveland Cavaliers series last year. And this year, early on before his injury, he was playing his best basketball of his life. Leading the NBA in second chance rebounds, offensive rebounds by a large margin, and just being a disrupting force down low in the paint defensively. So please let's not forget about how important Mitchell Robinson is to this team, because I feel like there's a lot of Knicks fans that are forgetting about him. It was almost an omen that Robinson injury. We would never know what Hartenstein was capable of. Yeah, I mean, listen, the only positives to any injury in any sport is it gives the next man up an opportunity. And is he going to run with that opportunity, or is he going to crumble? Hartenstein stepped up and is running with his opportunity. Another example is Dante DiVincenzo. With the injuries to Randall and OG Anunoby, it's gave Dante DiVincenzo the green light to let it fly. And now Dante has the green light to be more of an offensive threat, and he's coming through. So the only positives you can take away from any injury is that it's giving other players in the New York Knicks time to really shine, right? The games where Jalen Brunson was hurt, Deuce McBride came in and had a career high every single game. 19 points, career high. The next game, 20 points, career high. The next game, 21 points, career high. So every time Jalen Brunson's been injured, Deuce McBride plugs in and starts, given the opportunity to get a lot of minutes, and takes advantage of it, which is awesome, honestly. Mitch and OG, defensive dominance in that starting lineup. Woo! Can you imagine? Let's just sit back and imagine that, bro. OG and Mitch. That's what the vision is. That's what the vision is, folks. A Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby defensive pairing is dirty. It's clamps. It's jail. Who's scoring with that? With Dante getting in the passing lanes, forcing turnovers, woo, it's over. For real, they forgot and don't appreciate Mitchell Robinson. I know, I see so much Mitchell Robinson disrespect. I get it, he's injured. I get it, he's injury prone. That's what you can hold against him for sure. But let's not forget how much of a dominant force Mitchell Robinson is. And the fact that he might be returning for the postseason, folks, right when we need him to be. Hopefully he'll have a few games in the regular season to get fully, back up to speed. Bro, with the level Hartenstein's playing, can you imagine, Knicks fans, when Mitch is healthy, we will have Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hartenstein on the court for 48 minutes at a time. One of them, not both, obviously. That's ridiculous. The Knicks have two really good centers. The health is the only thing that's holding it back. Brunson, OG, Anunoby, and Dante is really the key to the success of this team. And Julius Randle, which just so happens to be the second All-Star, the second best player. That's another thing that I'm getting frustrated with. Is the Randle, no one appreciates Julius? You don't think Julius is important? Julius is the second most important player on the team. He's a freaking all-star. Do you remember how hard it was for the Knicks to get any All-Stars? And now we have 2 All-Stars. 2. Let's not forget it. 2. And I know Randall's hurt right now, so we're forgetting about Julius a little bit, and we've been winning without him, and it's been giving a guy like Precious Achiuwa a chance, and he's been running with it. But let's not forget that Julius Randle is a big part of this team. Without a healthy Julius Randle, I don't think the Knicks go far in the playoffs. Oh, but I know he crumbles in the postseason. This is a different team around Julius, bro. This is a very different team around Julius. Copped a Randall City Edition jersey the other day. Let's go. I love that. 2 All-Stars that were made in-house. Hell yes. They weren't drafted here, but they were developed here. I think Randall sitting and watching will prove dividends. We shall see. They don't respect Randall. Hopefully he gets his roses. He's due. The way Randall gets his roses is very simple. He's got to pull up in the playoffs and perform. It's that simple. And I get it. My concern is these guys don't get back soon enough for us to get chemistry before the playoffs start. I mean, we're expecting to get Randall and OG back in March. And then Mitch in April. So, it's a reasonable concern. But the cool thing about this Knicks team is that they are so deep. When are you going to do StreamYard for the Knicks? What do you mean, Outlaw? This is StreamYard. What do you mean, brother? I'm streaming right now on StreamYard about the Knicks. What you mean, bro? Randall going to be rested. This injury could have been a blessing in disguise. Hopefully this can help for the playoffs. No, yeah, I think that what this does help Randall is it takes a little wear and tear off of his body because he's been playing a lot of minutes, and maybe this will get him even healthier. Tibbs plays a 9-man rotation when everyone is fit. Who's going to get minutes? Do you think McBride and Precious will be dropped? This is a very good question. Because when we're hypothetically fully healthy, I'm assuming the starting 5 will be Brunson, Dante, OG, Randall, and then let's just say Mitchell Robinson. I know there's some people saying Hartenstein might start even when Mitch returns. Who knows? And then the bench will definitely be Burks, Josh Hart, Bogdanovich, and then one of the centers. So Precious and Deuce are the odd men out. And we know Tibbs isn't going to open up to a 10-man rotation. That's wild. Can you imagine a reality where we're that healthy, where Precious Achiuwa, who's been playing really good ball, and Deuce McBride, who's been playing pretty good ball, don't even play because we have that many good players ahead of him? That's wild. Like bring people up to... Oh, you mean like a call-in? Call-in. Oh, I got you, Outlaw. Yeah, I definitely want to do a call-in show. Last time I did a call-in, I dropped the link and no one came through and talked ball. So I would love to open this up for a Q&A one day for a little call-in show. Have you guys come on the show and, talk Knicks. I would love to take call-ins. Jason Tatum has averaged 18.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 3.1 assists in 17 games versus OG Anunoby. Thoughts? Who matches up with Brown now? That's beautiful. We got our Jason Tatum stopper in OG Anunoby. Who stops Brown? The system, the switching, the traps, the hedging, the communication. Thibodeau. That's who. I don't think there's one individual that can shut down Brown. He's that good. I think Precious deserves to play when we're healthy. Let him be the backup 4 behind Randall. The thing is, Thibodeau just doesn't play a 10-man rotation. That's the weird thing. Crazy how the Knicks are the class organization in New York sports. Wild! Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I'm smiling through it, folks. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is my life. The Knicks are the talk of the town. The Knicks are the best run organization in New York. What? They're making smart decisions. I'm still flabbergasted by that. I think we do a pretty good job when it comes to Brown. He usually doesn't do good against us, but Tatum was the problem. Now that we have our wing players, I think we're going to be a lot more better. Yeah, I mean, we don't play the Celtics for, I know that we play them soon. We shall see. Whoever impacts the game at crunch time will play. Yeah, and that's really what it is. I've been very consistent with Tom Thibodeau. It's not about who starts with him. It's about who finishes. He plays the players who are playing their best ball in the fourth quarter based off of the rhythm of the game, who's in rhythm, who's not. You know, even like, for example, Dante DiVincenzo starts, but there's some times where he won't finish, where Burks will play in the fourth quarter. Monty Burks, by the way, AB, shout out. Alec Burks, don't forget, was like our closer in that playoff run. Well, not run. We lost in the first round, but you know what I mean. The fourth seed, that team, Alec Burks was our closer in the fourth quarter. Still Knicks fan, what's up? What's good, Knicks family? Salute to the chat. Salute to Knicks media. It's been a minute since we chopped it up. Our Knicks are looking damn good. Still Knicks fan, shout out to you. Appreciate you tuning back into Knicks media. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Knicks family, who's better than that, man? The Knicks. I absolutely love it. Shout out to still Knicks fans for tuning into the show. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. Woo! This is going to be an interesting time, man. This is going to be an interesting time. How you feeling still, Knicks fans? How you feeling about this team? I know that you're excited. Shout out to your content as well. We appreciate what you bring to your show. Still Knicks fans. With Ron and John. ESPN has been buzzing lately, saying the Knicks are heavy contenders for the chip this year. I think we finally got our real contender team. It scares me when ESPN is talking about this. Now, I'm going to do it. Bear with me here. National media hype, I think, is not the best thing. It feels good because all we know is just bad, negative takes about our team. But I'm speaking from a Jets fan experience. Having the whole national world hyping you up just for you to fail it's terrible. And the Jets perspective of things, remember last year, whether you're a Jets fan or a Giants fan or not an NFL fan or an NFL fan of another team, remember last year the New York Jets had a lot of hype heading into the season because of the addition of Aaron Rodgers, because of Hard Knocks, because of the defense. There's a lot of hype around the Jets and the outside. ESPN, everybody was hyping up the Jets. And as a Jets fan and a Jets content creator, I was eating it up just for Rodgers to tear his Achilles. My point is, don't get too caught up in ESPN nationally praising the Knicks. Let's just be humble and let's hope for the best. Because speaking from experience, getting your hopes up really, really high because, oh my God, this might be true. Everyone's hyping us up for it to be crumbled. It doesn't feel good. So let's try to stay even keel and hope for the best, folks. Hardenstein is def out until the All-Star break. Now, is this confirmed? Because I know that he's questionable for tonight, which is a promising sign of his injury, by the way. I don't know if there's an official update. Richie, I don't trust Tibbs. It's only so far he can get us. Hashtag free Johnny Bryant. Eddie, my man. I don't get it. How come nobody can give Tom Thibodeau credit? Does he deserve no credit for the success of this Knicks team to have them 13 games above 500? What does Tom Thibodeau have to do? Is it? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm someone that just thinks Tom Thibodeau deserves a lot, like flowers. Am I the only one that feels this way? He's done a tremendous job developing this team and establishing a culture and a standard with this team. Now, of course, he has things that drives us nuts as fans, but I don't know. We'll see. Don't listen to the outside noise, especially from ESPN. There you go. I'm loving it, bro. I'm happy that the front office did things their way, and we are starting to see the vision finally. Exactly. We're not patient fans in New York, but it looks like it's looking good. Well said. We're not patient, but hey, here we are today in the We're hopeful that will continue. He is the third or fourth best coach in the association. Give him the respect he deserves. Yes. Thibodeau shouldn't have played Brunson late last game. Which game? Pacers? Tibbs is good. I agree. The problem with the Jets is they didn't have plan B when it came to Aaron Rodgers getting injured. They put all their eggs in the one basket. I feel like this team has a deeper roster that any very, very good point. Listen, the Jets and the Knicks, you don't need to compare those two. Different worlds. Different worlds. You're right. Anyway, got to go to bed. I'm in the UK and it's late. Keep up the great work, Richie. Let's go Knicks. Dan, shout out to Dan from UK, baby. Go get some rest. Hopefully you wake up to a New York Knicks W, my friend. I appreciate you tuning in, Dan. All Tibbs has to do is win in the playoffs, bro. Randall and Tibbs just have to bring it in the playoffs, and Knicks fans will fall in love with both of them. Yeah, I know. That's really it. It comes down to that. It's that simple. It's that simple where we just need to prove to win in the postseason and go on a run, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, dare I say the NBA Finals. Whew. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button on your way into the show. We greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. All right, we got Knicks basketball tonight. I think it's an 8 p.m. tip-off in Houston. All right, so everybody, hit that like button right now. Subscribe if you're new to Knicks Media. We're trying to get to 12K subs by the playoffs. 12K subs by the postseason. I would appreciate that if you guys can help your boy out. Evan Fournier said he is just happy to be out of New York. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame the guy. He was literally a prisoner of that Knicks team. What's up, Dark? Appreciate you all tuning in. Knicks freaking versus the Rockets tonight. Oh, Richie, tell my guy Jordy I said what's up. I love his Met content. He is a fan after my own heart. He wears it on his sleeve. You mean Wardy? You talking about Wardy? Yeah, I mean, Wardy is a weekly guest on Knicks Media. He is part of Knicks Media now officially. You will see Tyler Wednesday. You guys know Wardy NYM. He's a good, very good friend of mine. The number one Mets YouTuber. And, he's has a weekly spot here on the channel. I can understand Evan Fournier being benched, by the way. He could have killed his career. Yeah, I mean, good for him. I felt bad for Evan, and I think he handled it as well as he possibly could. A guy that's not getting any minutes, getting paid the money let's be honest. The Knicks were paying Evan Fournier like he's a starter, and he wasn't even playing. Crazy. Listen, if I'm the Knicks owner, I'm extending Worldwide Wes and Leon Rose today. They turned the Knicks completely around to contenders and made all-stars out of two of the players on the roster. Absolutely. Say what you want about Tibbs, but he will go down as a top 3 Knicks head coach of all time. He will, and it's time for Knicks fans to start appreciating him. Can we just put ourselves in the situation of having Jeff Hornacek, having Derek Fisher, David Fizdale? Appreciate Tom Thibodeau, bro. Tom Thibodeau's on a completely different stratosphere than those Knicks coaches I just brought up. You kidding? The Knicks are at -3. Yes, the Knicks are 3-point favorites on the road tonight. Courtesy of BetUS, of course. Is Sims playing? We can't put Taj out there again. LMAO. I was saying at the top of the show, if you're just tuning in now, you didn't see my intro. I literally was screaming, Taj Gibson, we love you. Nothing but love and respect to Taj, but your time as a basketball player is up. Hang up the cleats. Hang up the basketball sneakers. And start coaching, Taj. We would love to have you as a coach, but you're not. But hey, you gotta show nothing but love for Taj, bro. He's out there on a 10-day contract, playing for his guy Tom Thibodeau, in a season that the Knicks are thriving. Pretty funny stuff. I wish we could get Woodson back. That was pretty cool when we had Woody back. Sims is probable tonight, which tells me he's playing. Don't think that they officially announced the injury report yet. If there is, let me know. If there is an official report about the injuries, please let me know. Our direction has changed since we drafted our kids. Yeah, the vision seemed like it was always about drafting the kids, developing the kids so they're good enough to have high trade value to go get the right pieces to go all in to win, which we are doing today, ladies and gentlemen. After Isaiah Thomas and Phil Jackson collecting a check from do not fire Rose under any circumstances. And Thibodeau. Rose will be here for many years to come. Once Dolan buys in, he's all in. Yeah, I mean, you got to give Jim Dolan some credit. He hired Leon Rose and stepped back and let Leon cook. Shout out to Leon, bro. It's strange to hear the media platforms talking good about the Knicks. They were trashing us not so long ago. Thank you, Leon. Yeah, bro, we're not used to this. We're not. Thank the entire organization for changing the way we do business, drafting young talent to either blossom or to be used as assets and developing cap flexibility in the process. The cap flexibility is an important piece here. And you know who deserves some credit? He's not with the Knicks anymore. But Scott Perry. Scott Perry, I think, was the first the first person to come to the Knicks and be part of the front office that had a long-term vision and kind of just got it. Right? Now, he doesn't deserve all the credit. It's all Leon Rose. But I think when he was here with Steve Mills, no, don't like Steve Mills. But I liked Perry. I think Perry was the first person to be hired in the Knicks front office to kind of have the right mindset of how to build a team in the right way. And then we hired the dogs of Leon Rose and World Wide West. The rest is history. Perry is on ESPN now. Yes, he is. I always love him. Is Hartenstein playing today? So Hartenstein is questionable, which is progression because he was ruled out usually every game beforehand. So him being questionable tells me that there is a likely chance of him playing. For sure. Seems like Jericho Sims is going to be playing, though. And thank gosh that Jalen Brunson is back and he put up 39. Can we not take Brunson for granted? And I'm not saying anybody is, but can we all just never take Jalen Brunson for granted and remember where we came from? Because I caught myself taking it for granted. Like Saturday night against the Pacers, for example. We lost that game. It was frustrating. And I see Jalen's stats. I'm like, bro, this guy just put up 39 points and it didn't feel like it. 39? I'm like, dude, we have a freaking superstar point guard, and I am never going to allow myself to be like, hey, yeah, 39. Easy. No, that is not easy. We went through the depths of hell with Frank Ntilikina. Shout out to Frank. Nothing but love, Frank. But, bro, do you guys remember what Knicks fans had to do to convince ourselves that Frank Ntilikina was the future point guard of this Knicks team? Alonzo Trier. I mean, bro, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to go there. I am not going to go there. Richie, are you ever going to do a call-in show for the Knicks or Jets? Yes, I will be doing call-in shows for sure. No doubt about it. I would love to get your guys' thoughts on this channel. Steve Mills is an idiot. Facts on Perry. Yeah. Steve Mills was terrible. I knew the Knicks were going to be doomed when they brought him in 2014. Celtics come to the Garden the 24th. Unfortunately, OG is not going to be ready for this game. OG is the key to beat the Celtics. If we beat the Celtics without him, as soon as I saw that Kevin Knox Fortnite suit, I knew. Oh, poor Kevin Knox. We also have to give credit to Steve Mills. He wasn't great, but he did develop. He did help the Knicks acquire assets. Yeah, he did. I may be admitting that I give Scott Perry more credit than Mills. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve Mills was the president, and then he hired Perry to be the GM under him, but Perry was making all the moves, and that's when that's where all the assets started. That's when he started having a long-term vision, acquiring assets, creating cap flexibility long-term. I'm pretty sure that was a structure. I could be wrong. To be honest, Jalen Brunson needs help, man. 39 points against the Pacers and still lost. Hey, man, we do have help. They're just hurt. That's the thing. And the defense was atrocious in that game against the Pacers. because we didn't have a set. We literally didn't have a center. We didn't have a rim protector. We need to get healthy down low. But don't get it twisted. I don't want to hear this narrative that Brunson needs help. He has help on the way. They just need to get healthy. And we had no center. If we go for another trade, I would like to see Markkanen because I feel like our team is dominantly made up of guards and bigs. If forward like Markkanen, I'll be talking about in the summer because there's no trades happening this year. There's no more trades happening this year. So this is an offseason question. And I'm not really ready to talk about the offseason. Like I'm not ready to talk about, oh, which star are we going to trade for in the summer? I want to focus on this year and make a deep run in the playoffs. That's what I'm focusing in on. Richie, the Knicks will move up to the third spot by tonight with the Bucks playing Denver tonight, and we are blowing out Houston because they suck. Garbage. Let's go, Eddie. I love that. So the Bucks have a big game against the Nuggets tonight. The Cavaliers are unfortunately beating the Cavaliers are versing the 76ers, who have not been good since their Joel Embiid injury, I'm pretty sure. So, and the Knicks have the Rockets. So the Knicks have a chance to get back to the third seed if the Bucks lose and the Knicks win. Hopefully the Cavs can lose. That would be cool. Salute Richie in chat. Agent Super, baby. Let's go, Agent. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. Shout out to all Knicks fans tuning in. Yeah, I think it was an interesting dynamic between those two. Don't forget Mills wanted Donovan Mitchell, but Perry didn't because he didn't think he was the guy. I mean, when was this? Because Mills wanted Donovan Mitchell. Oh, you mean during the draft process? I was thinking about the trade for a sec. I was like, I don't think Mills was here during that trade scenario. It was Leon Rose, but you're talking about the draft, probably. Yeah, that's interesting. The Cavs losing seems to happen never. I know, I hate it. After All-Star break, Julius returns, then OG, then money-making Mitch. Go Knicks. I love that. Money-making Mitch. I'm just glad that after the All-Star break that the Knicks will start getting some of their squad back from the injuries. Yeah. Let's hope, man. The only thing in the Knicks' way this season is themselves, which is the injuries. I'm not so sure they're beating Houston. Teams seem to get up when they play us. The Knicks have not lost to a team below 500 yet this year. Pretty sure. Fact check me, but I'm pretty sure the Knicks have yet to lose a game against a team sub 500 when they play them. Could be wrong. Of them, Leon fell in love with Spida, and that's why he will eventually become a Knick. Yeah, I think so too. Cavs keep winning. Spida shifted gears and is balling. Yeah, bro. Future Knick. Do you guys think that's inevitable or what? Is it inevitable for Donovan to be a Knick or what? We shall see. Guys, don't forget that this stream is being brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook. Here are the odds presented by BetUS. If you want to check them out, don't forget to click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat to open up an account. Tonight, the New York Knicks are 3-point favorites on the road. Hopefully, we can pull up that W. Burks and Boggy will be fully acclimated with the system after this break. Yes, sir. Love it. Go Jets and Knicks. Knicks going sizzler. Boston, get the F out of the way. Hell yeah, Alex. Hell yeah. Love it. I love that image of you at Jets training camp with the Klecko jersey. Love that. The Knicks have 2 first-round picks this summer, which is going to be huge for us. Yeah, that is true. And it's going to be interesting to see. Are the Knicks going to use those picks to trade, or are they going to get a kid? Because right now we don't really have any rookies. Like all of a sudden the Knicks have all these picks, but we don't have any rookies. Jacob Toppin's our rookie. He'll be a Knick for sure. Me too. That was Phil Jackson, not Perry. Phil took Frankie Smokes. Yeah, I think so. The Knicks have plenty of assets to make a move for Spida during the offseason. Yeah, they do. Giannis will get frustrated and end up with the Knicks. All right, Eddie. You don't have to twist my arm about that. Don't forget how before the deadline trade, we beat fully healthy Nuggets and Sixers by 38. Now, if we add Mitch, Burks, and Baj, and OG, and Julius, watch out, folks. We coming. I'll take the pick. Squirrel has to get a nut shooter or later, lower in the first round. Yeah, I mean, we drafted quickly with the 25th pick. We drafted Grimes with the 25th pick. We drafted Deuce early in the second round. We drafted Jericho late in the second round. The Knicks have been able to find talent anywhere in the draft. So I trust the brains to bring in a young stud. Maybe not a young stud, but like a diamond in the rough type of player. Jalen and Donovan makes us very small and vulnerable. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the talking point that entire time of the trade process. Right? Does Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, do they pair up well with each other? They're both ball dominant. They're both not really defensive minded. Interesting. I think they'd figure it out, bro. I definitely think they'd figure it out. Guys, don't forget to simply smash that like button on your way in, guys. We're going to end the show here. We got tip-off in 2 hours. So the Knicks are on the road tonight. They're in Houston. The Knicks are 3-point favorites. I got the Knicks winning. Getting 34-20. And then we're back on the road against Orlando Wednesday, and we shall see. So, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. Just want to say thank you so much for all the support on the channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the Knicks Media Show here live on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are not already. I'll be making a video either tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys then. So, really do appreciate you guys tuning into the show as always. Salute, salute, salute to the chat. Salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to the Knicks family and the Knicks faithful, whatever you want to call us. Knicks fans are loud. We are proud of our beloved New York Knicks. Let's go get the dub tonight in Houston. I'm manifesting a big night from Bojan Bogdanovic tonight. 20-plus points for Bojan tonight is my guess. We shall see. I'll see you guys later. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate all the love in the chat, guys. Appreciate you guys. Peace and love as always. Let's go, Knicks. Peace.